Hello everyone, we are just going forward with the worksheet 13 explanation today. These worksheet consist of 20 MCQs from the MCQs from the KVS MADAAN series as a part of paper 1 syllabus of UGC NET. We are just going with worksheet 13. If you really like the videos of to the worksheet 12, kindly subscribe to the channel and just get the bell icon, press the bell icon for the more updates so that you will be getting the more updates of the Purna education. And this I'm going to deal with the entire net paper 1 MCQs as well as few topics of paper 2 like commerce and management. If you really like the video, just subscribe to the channel and get more updates. Right? We are going just forward with uh, we are just going forward with KVS Madam worksheet 13. So yeah. So going forward with the question number 1, we are finding that question number 1 is if backbenchers are always talking in the classroom, the teacher should what to do. So option A, let them to do what they are doing. Option B, punish them. Option C, ask them to sit on the first front benches. The option D is run away. So letting them to do what they are doing, it leads to misbehavior and it will go for an overcrowding. So we should not let them just do what they want to do or what they are doing. No, punishing them always doesn't give a good solution. So if you ask them to sit in the front benches, automatically their attention towards the teacher changes and automatically their voice really changes. So option C, ask them to sit on the front benches will be the appropriate solution if the back benches are always talking in the classroom. So option C, it would be a correct answer. Yes. The second question, if a teacher is not able to answer the question raised by the students, if a teacher is not able to answer the questions raised by the students in the classroom, he should what does he do? So option A, say that he will be answering after the consultation. Yes, it will be the appropriate answer. Instead of going for rebuking the student. See, rebuking the student, what does it go? If the teacher rebukes the student, automatically the teacher's impression towards students changes, right? Or the students' impression on teachers really changes, right? So rebuking the student is not the solution for giving an. It is not an ideal solution that we can suggest for a teacher towards a student, right? So trying to manipulate the students is also the not correct solution. Of course, they might be they might be in the safe zone for a temporary time, but in the permanent, in the future, it will lead in the wrong way. So yes, the teacher should not feel shy of the ignorance even. So he or she should say that he will be answering after the consultation. It is an appropriate answer. Question 3. If the students are not able to follow, you should what do you do? So give them a prompt explanation. Make the matter easy. Illustrate with the examples all of the above. Yes, all of the above, all the attempts made by the teacher will be the appropriate solutions for all the kind of things. Right? So if the students are not able to follow, the teacher should do all the things. Give them the prompt explanation, make the matters easy, illustrate the examples, all of the above. So, fourth question. If the students pass remarks on you while you are working as a teacher, yes, yes, there will be some cases in the colleges, students will pass the remarks on the teachers based on their performance or based on their appearances, right? So, as a teacher, what you should do? You should punish them. No, expel from the college. Even that is not the correct solution. Take revenge while evaluating internet test copies. That is a big blunder many teachers do involved in the kind of taking revenge. And option D, be impartial at the time of evaluation. Yes, at the time of evaluation, the teacher he or she should be impartial. So automatically, if he or she is an impartial, the attitude of the students towards teacher changes. So that the students may change their behavior and they may decrease of passing the remarks on the teacher, right? Yeah. Discussion in the class will be the more effective if the topic of the discussion is not introduced, stated before the start of discussion, written on the board without introducing it, inform the students in advance. Yes. If the discussion or if the subject or if the topic of an discussion is being informed in advance to the students, and then automatically the students will be coming to the class on the next day with some appropriate material or the notes, or they might have searched the information regarding the subject in day before the information, right? Yes, as soon as the matter is informed to the students, automatically they will be coming with the notes. So then automatically it will be informed to the students in advance is an appropriate, then the discussion in the class will be more effective. Whenever the students get information that yes, tomorrow some kind of discussions are going to happen, they will be ready with some kind of materials, then automatically the discussions will be too appropriate, right? Yes. So option D, inform to the students in advance. Yeah. Which of the following is the more important single factor in underlying the success of being as a teacher? Yes. As a teacher, in the beginning itself, the personality of the teacher depends on the personality and its ability to relate the classroom with the people. Yes, the students should be in a position to what is it called as to relate the class environment and the people, so that the correlation will give a good amount of clarity in understanding the subject. So the teacher should be in a position to correlate the personality and its ability to relate the classroom and to the pupil, right? Yes. 7 question. So all of the following are the characteristics. All of the following are the characteristic features. All of the following are the characteristic features of an effective teacher, except what? Yes. Except what emphasizes upon the maintaining standards of education is a characteristic. Emphasizing the group discussion for the purpose of clarifying the objectives, emphasizes upon the providing solution of immediate problems, and differential treatment mentor of the students of this class. Yes, the differential treatment to the students of the same class is not the good characteristic of a successful teacher. So the question is, all of the following are the characteristic features of an effective teacher. So effective teacher will not deal all the students. He will deal all the students equally in the same way, in the same manner. But the differential treatment will not be exercised with by an effective teacher, right? Yes. So option D is not a it is not a characteristic of an effective teacher. So option D is the correct answer. Yes. So students send a greeting card to you on the teacher's day. As a teacher, you will what do you do? So not respond at all. Say thanks to them. Ask them to not to waste the money. Reciprocate wishes to them. See, say whenever a student comes to us with some kind of greeting cards or wishes, it is our responsibility or it is our manner to thank him. So once we get thanked, automatically the relationship will be getting good in a good bonding. Yes. A student comes late in your class, as a teacher, you will do what you do. As a student comes late in your class, as a teacher, you will inform to the principal and the parents, punish them to set an example, try to know the reason it's not worth paying attention. So automatically, as a student coming late into the class, automatically a teacher, as a teacher, we have to know the reason. So that once we know the reason of why the student is coming late to the college, automatically we can suggest some remedies for that kind of late coming, right? Yes. So as a teacher, we should try to know the reason for their being late. When a number of students regularly fail in the examination, it can be understood that it is not the failure of teacher, it is not the failure of the student, it is a failure of the system. When the number of students regularly failing in the examination, it can be understood that the system has failed in kind of in the case in field of formulating the syllabus or conducting the examinations or evaluating the answer scripts. The system has failed in some kind of administrative aspects. The number of students are failing frequently. Yes? Yeah. So, you don't forget to subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon for the more updates. Just don't forget to go for it. Yes? Yeah. Next. If a student asks a question on some unrelated topic in the class, as a teacher, what do you do? So, if a student asks some kind of unrelated questions, then we should answer the questions, but that is not in the class. We have to answer the questions after the class. If we start explaining or if we giving answers to the unrelated questions in the class, then automatically there is a scope of time wasting and probably our useful discussion, relevant discussions may get a delay or it may get interrupted. So it is better to answer the question after the class, right? Yes. As a guardian never comes to see you in the school. So as a teacher, what do you do? So guardian is not coming to see the child in the college or the school. So as a teacher, what do? You will be ignoring the child or writing a letter to the guardian or go to meet him yourself in the possible or start punishing. It is better to go and meet him personally if possible, so that we will be understanding in what perspective the guardian is or what are the problems are being faced by the guardian, or what is an understanding of a child, what is an understanding of a guardian towards his or her child. Automatically that kind of things will be understanding for us, right? So once we meet them, we will be in a position to understand in what area of understanding they are on their children, right? It is better to meet them personally. To maintain interest among the students in the class, the teacher should make maximum use of teaching aids, discuss, ask questions intermittently, that is frequently, all of the above. Obviously, it is all of the above. In order to maintain interest among the teacher should use, or teacher too should take the maximum use of teaching aids, like instructional facilities. Discussions should be happened, asking questions intermittently, and all the factors are the correct answers. So all the above is the correct answer. The teacher asks the questions in the class to what? For what the teacher asks the question. So generally, whenever a teacher asks the question, or whenever a student know that the teacher will ask the question, automatically he will be in the attentive nature, right? Yes. So a teacher will ask the questions in the class to keep the students busy, or to maintain the discipline, or to attract the students' attention, or to teach. It is the answer that to attract the students' attention. The teacher generally asks the questions to attract the students' attention. Yes. To keep a check on the habit of absenteeism among the students. In order to check, or in order to control the absenteeism, in order to check, or in order to control the absenteeism among the students, what should they do? The principal and parents should get worried. The officials should put notice against the absentee students on the notice board, or teachers should take it as a serious problem, or they should be given the less priority. So teacher should be taking it as a serious problem, and he or she should take steps towards remedies. Remedies for what? Remedies to solve a problem, right? Yes. To keep a check on the habit of absenteeism among the students, the teacher should take it as a serious problem. When a student tries to solve the questions in some different ways, not taught by the teacher from prescribed books, then the students should be discouraged or encouraged. Yes, he or she always should be encouraged to consult other books on the subject. Yes, it is really a very important. So learning from the single book is not the good solution for learning, but referring many books Referring many books will give good learning. So, as a teacher, we should, whenever a student is in a position to solve the questions in the different formats, apart from our teaching techniques, so automatically we should encourage, as a teacher, we should encourage our children to refer many books on the subject, so that he will be in the domain of good learning, right? Yes, we should not discourage, we should encourage, right? Yes. Students who ask the questions in the class should be encouraged to continue asking the questions. We should not advise them to meet after the class. No. Encourage to participate in the discussion in the class. Yes. Encourage to continue asking the questions. Encourage to search answers independently. If we encourage to continuously, if we encourage to continue asking the questions, then automatically student will be in a position to involve frequently the discussion. So through the discussion, a great amount of learning happens, right? Great amount of learning happens. So automatically, what does it mean? So, what happens? So students who ask the questions in the class should be encouraged to continue asking questions, right? Yeah. Not to modify the undesirable behavior of student, the most effective method is, so whenever the student is in an undesirable behavior, or if he is behaving in an undesirable way, so we have to find out the reasons for undesirable behavior and provide the remedies. Yes, we should be in a position to provide the remedies of undesirable behavior. Why it is no, why it is an undesirable behavior, or why what is it called as, why the student is behaving in the undesirable manner. We should know the reasons and why he is in the undesirable behavior aspect. We should provide the remedies for him, so that he will be changing his attitude. Majority of the classroom tasks initiated by the teachers in traditional classrooms are usually, they will be in the low level cognitive process and high order cognitive process. Generally, the students are from the weaker section, then there will be scope of low level cognitive process. The students are in the higher category, it will be higher order cognitive process. The last question: In totality, the teacher helps students in most of the following ways in integrated development of child, physically as well as mentally. Right? If you really like the channel, you just subscribe the channel and click on the